I think we're all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you well. Oh,
Oh,
there he
sweet.
is.
You even have your video. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Oh, nah, chilling, guys. How's it going?
It's going well. My wife wanted to say hi, by the way. She's a massive fan. Oh, she's showing up.
Huh.
My gosh, this is
How's
crazy.
it going?
Good. How are you?
So good, so good.
Oh my God, you look so relaxed.
Can't
Bother you guys.
complain.
Have fun.
Thanks for doing that, Jason. So this man needs
Very
no
much so.
introduction. I was gonna say, Jason here. You have 60 million TikTok followers, 11 platinum singles. I think you started as a writer back in 2006, and then actually had a
22,
big,
22,
yeah.
22, 22 platinum singles, sorry.
Oh, 22.
Woo!
Oh, you gotta update Wikipedia, man. They're way behind then.
Yeah, they're behind you, man. Missing a couple.
Definitely.
And of course, we have you today to talk about your project, Jason. And if you don't know about RocketFuel, we have a lot of investors on the call and in our program. We go through a lot of coins to figure out where the valuation is coming from, figure out what the floor and the ceilings are, and really understand like how what's going on behind the scenes. So, Jason, I just want to thank you for spending the time with us. And we're also part of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, crypto program as well. So we have some of those people that are going to tune in later as well.
Fantastic,
Yes,
fantastic.
sir. Appreciate you, Jay. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
one of the things that Wikipedia doesn't show about Jay is that he's actually a very savvy businessman and investor with experience in crypto, and I think that might be a good place to start. Jay, you've been investing in crypto since 2016, correct?
Yeah, man. Since 2016, I started to hear whispers about Bitcoin and heard the stories about people buying pizzas with with
Mhm.
several
Yeah.
Bitcoins. I was just like, what is this thing? And I started to learn more about it and started to invest early on. And as time progressed, I invested more and more and more. And never seen myself though actually joining the space in the way that I did. But I was a surface investor, I would call it. And
Hmm.
then I would say in 2020, 2020, like the beginning of the pandemic. That was the beginning of the pandemic, right? I started
Yeah.
to invest in tech, and in the crypto space, in the Web3 space, and met with a lot of different founders of a lot of different companies, and got really hands-on with investing from that standpoint. So I have a bit of experience in the space, I should say.
Hmm.
Heard you're an investor
Absolutely.
in Rumble Boxing. I'm a frequent attendee, so thanks for helping to get that set up. I did want to segue this into your project, though. Obviously, when you look at tech investing, you look at kind of the founders, you look at the total market size, and you kind of look at like what the product value is, right? So I kind of want to give you a chance to talk about Jason, but then I kind of want to give some high-level observations after. So, Jason, I want to give the floor back to you to talk about your project.
For sure. So with Jason, it will be the first legit celeb coin. I'm no stranger to being the start of something, no stranger to just introducing the world to something new. I've done it time and time again, with music, with business, with social media. And being first is not easy, man. Being first is very tough because there have been people before me, but they've all failed. Either failed because they didn't have the proper infrastructure, or failed because it was a rug pull of some sort, and they just didn't understand the space.
Hmm.
But it only needs to happen right once, and I believe that this is the time. I am totally aware of how to build a business, and I'm treating this as such, as a big business. And for me, the business is only as good as the people that are behind it. For me, I have 200 million followers, so we have a very good base to start with. We have a very good stage, but also having people in the background that I know and trust, have my best interest at heart. because when I'm investing in a company, I want to know like who are they partnering up with, you know.
Mhm.
So you know, from teammates at Solana, you know, with Drip House and adding Soul Bank, you know, in the last couple of days, and in talks with the biggest exchanges. The things are really rolling in an amazing way. So I'm just really excited. You know, we're now starting to do things like concerts and selling merch and doing like the very grassroots, low-hanging fruit things that I feel like are easy. So for instance, you know, I have 50,000 people at a concert, and everybody at the concert will have to utilize Jason to attend the concert. You know, that is very, very low-hanging fruit, very easy to do. And the first one that I'm doing is in Hong Kong. And I haven't performed in Hong Kong in 10 years. So I think it's going to be a very massive event for Jason Derulo fans, but also crypto fans, because this will be the first of its kind. So even if you're not into Jason Derulo, you want to attend this thing because it is, if you're a crypto lover, because it is the beginning of something brand new. So very excited about doing the low-hanging fruit things because it just gets the ball rolling. You know, I think we can easily reach the hundreds of millions with just doing those kinds of things. But now, once I start going on Good Morning America, once I start going on Jimmy Fallon, once I start taking this thing to the
Mhm.
mainstream, I think, you know, this thing easily becomes $1 billion coin, and the first of its kind. And I think there'll be a lot of other celebrities that will follow suit. It just needs to be done this first time, and then we're off to the races. So in
Yeah,
a
and
nutshell, that was a little long.
no, that's perfect, man. And by the way, unless you're an AI generated video, you are here. You are actually putting your reputation, your brand on the line here. So this is clearly not a rug pull or a scam. That you are clearly serious about this. And I just want to take a step back. I noticed, like you mentioned, like Soul Chat Coin and Drip House, and I believe there's like Soul Bank now. I kind of joke, but like you are almost becoming like the face of Solana. Like you are actually the the business development arm of Solana right now. You're able to, you have the leverage to kind of choose which projects are legitimate and should get the spotlight. And you also are a vehicle really to pull mainstream folks into the crypto ecosystem too. So I just want to point that out. Like you are not just the face of Jason Coin, you are kind of becoming the face of Solana as well. And I hope other people kind of like have noticed that because of how much leverage you have.
Thank you so much for that. And I think, you know, it's really just the beginning. But it has been incredible to dive in on this Solana ecosystem because it is really, really impressive. And there's so many cool things that Solana has been doing throughout the years. And I've watched as a fan. So now to be, you know, a part of the ecosystem is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and the one thing that's really different than, let's say, a like a Patreon or other ways to get engagement with fans is that, like, when you talk about crypto, people actually have a lot of incentives on the line, right? If they invest in Jason, there is like some motive for Jason to be good for them. And if they invest in any of these other projects that you associate with, they do have like a personal incentive for them. And I think one thing that we are always very serious about at Rich Dad Crypto / RocketFuel Crypto is like, are these short-term incentives or like sustainable incentives, right? And I think a lot of crypto is about like, oh, this is like the spotlight. Everybody, all the capital flows into this coin, but then another spotlight pops up, and then the capital rotates out into that coin. I guess like, what is kind of your view on that? Like, how do you make sure? Like for example, we don't want to talk about valuations here yet, but we want to make sure that there is some sort of long-term value, some sort of sustainability. I just want to get your take on that because I know we talked about low-hanging fruit, but any other ideas or observations on that?
Yeah, I think, you know, first and foremost, you know, I think it needs to have a robust start. And I think the ideas that were discussed earlier is just that. But uh do we have the entire playbook mapped out today? No, I would be totally lying if I said that. But with that being said, the difference between Jason and a typical dog coin, if you will, is that Jason is powered by me, right? So, for instance, if people know that I'm doing like some sort of big event on New Year's Eve, I'm performing on, New Year's Rockin' Eve, on television, obviously the coin is going to have, a massive growth behind that. If I'm doing a performance on the Grammys, if I'm doing a performance on MTV Awards, like there's going to be pinnacle moments that happen every so often just because of I am who I am. So the fact that I have this amount of reach, the fact that I have this amount of followers, it sets me apart than any other coin that's ever been, because we don't fall in the same line. It's not like you're gonna have Dogecoin, out there, pushing on a major stage like the dog is going to be, able to go on a sit down TV. So I think that's an edge that we have, and I think it'll be an edge that will all other coins that follow me will have as well. But I genuinely believe that it's the first of its kind. But with that being said, I'm actively looking for what the bigger play is down the line. I'm actively looking and trying to see what utility can be added to the project.
Yeah, I think it's important for the audience to know that, because I think they, a lot of these other celebrity coins, like it looks like they just handed their Twitter account to somebody and they just like kept tweeting buy nonstop, right? And that's not where we want to go with the industry. Like I'm rooting for crypto. I'm rooting for you,
That's exactly
right?
what happened. That's exactly what happened. It doesn't look like that by mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I can't fully criticize those things because it's just that they don't know and they don't understand the space. And once once we do this correctly, I think it's really not very far away. I'd say a couple of months down the line, we're gonna start to see people follow suit, because where the coin is right now, it's in a very healthy space. When we began, we shot up to 38 million market cap, and it was like the people trying to get a quick, catch a quick flip, but like where we are today, the market being down where it's at, I think we're in a much healthier place because of the community that has been built. It is unlike any community that I've ever seen. I've been in the music industry for 15 years. I've sold 250 million records, 22 platinum singles, not 11. um,
My bad.
You did
and
right.
I've never seen a fan base like this from myself or anybody else. As of today, in New York City right now, there's a billboard of Jason, the project that got put up by the community. I call them the family. And that to me speaks to where this can go. This is so different than anything I've ever done. And this is not about monetary gain today. This is not about making a quick buck. To me, this is about building a brand, yes, but about building a community. I think that is the biggest part of this, because I've done amazing things in my life, but honestly, I've never seen anything. There's never been a song that I made or album that I made where the fans just put up a billboard. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Go buy Jason's album. Nah, that's never happened. But this is a totally different kind of thing. And I think once people understand the value, and once people understand how big it can be from a brand perspective, I think the game really, really changes.
I think I want
I
to take
think
a
it.
drill
Oh, go ahead,
drill
Jeff.
in drill in a little bit on this. It sounds like community is very, very important to you. And let's like forget about market cap. Let's forget about anything about technology, actually. What if you had like a magic wand, how would you best have a community that is engaged with you and can interact with you? Like, what does that look like? Because maybe that's probably the next step, right, for Jason?
Yeah, I think I'd like a community that works as hard on this as I do. I'm I'm working on this a lot of the day. And my magic wand, I think, has been already waved, man, because I couldn't have come up with this myself better. So, for instance, if I do a post, there's like a raid that goes to that post, and they like all comment, they all like and share, and like it's like a thing, you know. Um, if I just go to the Telegram and message good morning, like I've never felt that kind of love in my whole career. Like it's like it is really, really something different, man. And I wish I could think of another thing that I would want, but like I already feel the love with this very small group of people. I mean, this has only started a couple of weeks ago, but it has changed my life forever. And there's no way that I would turn my back on this. This has been the most fun, fruitful couple of weeks of my life.
So
Jason, man, that's awesome.
I was gonna say, as a Jason holder here, like I didn't even know there was a Telegram channel. So are you actually in the Telegram channel, just like chatting with your fans?
Every day, if I'm away from the Telegram too
That's
long,
awesome.
I feel guilty that I'm away too long. Like,
I mean,
because
that's already value add right there. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta join
big.
that channel right after this.
Yeah,
Yeah, send me the
I'm
link.
not on there either.
and the chat goes on without me, and I don't like that because I try to like catch up, like try to
Yeah.
read as much as I can. I'll be sitting there for an hour reading shit. I mean, excuse my French, but I'll be there for an hour reading, trying to catch up, and like it's impossible to read it all. But
Sure.
I do try to read as much as I possibly can, just so that I know the feeling, just so that I know like where we are, what the general kind of morale is, for the day. And I try to, comment based on, what I know is happening behind the scenes, because they have no idea a lot of the time. So I share what is possible to share. And I give encouragement where it's possible to give encouragement, but I also share in the losses with them, and on down days, like I feel the exact same way, because just like you're an investor, and Jason, so am I. It's no different. I I
Yeah.
have the I have the biggest wallet today, but that could change tomorrow. Somebody else can become a bigger holder of Jason than me today, right now, so I am a part of the community just like everybody else is. There's no real difference than it being my name, and obviously I'm controlling the whole thing. But
Mhm.
as an investor, we're the same. I hold just like everybody else holds.
Yeah,
But
but
Jason,
so
that says a lot. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was gonna say, like, I did some analysis on the wallets actually, just to suss things out. Actually, nobody has more than 1.5% of the entire token supply other than yourself, which just shows that you are actually putting
Yeah.
your money where your mouth is. But also, like, there's no other like mysterious entity that has like a big control over where things should go or where things should dump, even, right? So
Yep.
I wanted to drill in on the team a little bit more, Jason. Like, what is the team that is working on, Jason, and where if there's a gap, like you need to hire like more developers, for example. Would love to hear that, and that could be also something that people can be aware of.
Definitely. So I'm constantly, so every day to me is a prowl for new talent. And I I love to utilize the people that are closest to me before utilizing anybody else, right?
Mhm.
So within the Telegram is where I want to look first. Obviously, if I can't find the right people in the Telegram, we'll have to look elsewhere. But to me, it starts within the community, and if you can find talent within your own, that's the best. I think that's the best you can do, because you're finding somebody that already believes in the project. And a lot of the people that are in the Telegram are very savvy and have businesses of their own, and um, it's been really cool. It's been really cool to onboard people, but we're very far from finished on who is actually in the everyday team, on the everyday team. I have advisors. I have uh um I have a team of people creating websites and on that end, but like in terms of development, I haven't found my rock star yet.
Mhm.
You know, it's interesting listening to you, Jason. I can tell that you really understand the space. The fact that you're very involved in the Telegram, you know, as a leader, as a founder, that's really important. I would say your foray into the crypto space, you are a little different because a lot of these celebrity coins, they're people that have no background in the crypto space at all. So I think that bodes well, you know, possibly for the project. My question is, listening to you, and Jeff's asked some great questions. What does success ultimately look like for you? Jason, for you, how do you define success with this project at the end of the day?
Um, I I think today we're successful. You know, I think we're successful today. I think there's so much room to grow. And as the community grows, we become more successful. As our everyday holders grow, as our everyday Telegram users, as that number grows, the company grows, man. But today, right now, I'm happy where we are. Like I feel very accomplished. I feel very successful today at this small number. We're only a couple of weeks in. But I'm just so proud of where we are. We're in a very healthy place, and there's just so much life ahead, you know. And, and I've met some incredible people in this space that are going to help push this thing to unimaginable places. And I get so excited when people doubt what's going on because they have no idea what's going on behind closed doors. But I can't mention everything, you know.
Mhm.
But like it's exciting to prove people wrong. It's exciting to prove people right. You know, the people that are on my side. And yeah, it's a very exciting place to be. Even before I had this coin, right? I would go and check my crypto accounts way too many times a day. You know, and now that has shifted to me checking the Telegram, you know, too many times a day, and me checking, you know, how the coin is doing a million times a day. And I think it just became way more interesting. And what my ultimate hope though is that Jason can become the blueprint of what a personality coin can be. I don't want to say celeb because it's not that, right? It's a personality coin. So like you would go check somebody's Instagram to see their social standing, so to speak. I think these tokens can become that as well, a social standing, and you would go and check and see, you know, how Jean-Claude Van Damme's coin is doing, and see
Yeah.
like where
Hey,
his
The
market cap.
goat.
You know?
hey, Jason, to that point, I think there's a really good question from the audience. Joe M says, "Will we be seeing a Jason character created for the coin, similar to Brett and others, or is it too early in the celebrity meta to know if it's better to use Jason's face for the coin instead?" I think that's a pretty good question. What are your thoughts on that?
I've I've been toying around with that myself, man, because
Hmm.
in Telegram there's so many different characters that they post all the time. You know, like I said, there's like really talented people in there. And there's some good looking characters in there that I think will be a lot of fun to utilize. Uh I just don't know the answer to that question either,
Yeah, it's
because
early. Yeah.
it started as my face. Um, but the flip side is entire community is kind of characterized, right? When you're talking
Hmm.
about a kind of meme space, it's a lot of it is well, all of it is like characters. So
Hmm.
I was gonna pop up like one of my favorites up on Twitter and see what people's response was and go
It's a
from
great
there. But
idea.
Yeah, I
use
can't. I
Jason to vote.
Yeah.
can't answer.
Hey,
You like
hey,
you like
Jason, we're getting a lot of people. We're getting a lot of people asking about news for tomorrow. So is that still on? Are you going to be dropping a bomb on everybody, or what? What can they
we're
expect?
we're still dropping news for tomorrow. Yes, we're still dropping news for tomorrow.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I think I wanted to point out, like you made
All
a
everybody
comment
ever
about
talks about it is Telegram.
you made a comment about like follower count, which is really interesting because like in other, like for example, you invest in tech startups, you look at like user adoption, you look at revenue, right? You look at
Yeah.
music, it's about streaming, it's about maybe where it's posted, right? Number one chart. But then like with meme coins and now celebrity coins and even a lot of crypto, it is about follower count. It's kind of like the universal language of like, hey, how good is a meme coin doing? Let's check their Twitter followers. But I feel like you don't have that problem. Like you have over 200 million followers, and like the distribution problem is solved with your personality. So I think you have an opportunity here, really, to focus on like product market fit, having value from like utility from the coin, focusing on like, hey, here's your community and how to best serve that community, right? Like you have that luxury that a lot of these other meme coins don't really have. Like all these other meme coins only can survive on follower count and marketing, right? So I just wanted to point that out. It's really interesting observation from the different industries.
No, 100%. I totally agree, man. And the thing that I'm doing with Tip Link to for this concert in Hong Kong, I think that's going to be a game changer because that'll be like the first kind of huge four way into this world, and having 50,000 people pay in Jason is going to be, I don't know, I think it'll change a lot and change the way that people think that crypto works. A lot of people are still afraid to utilize crypto. Um, but when something as friendly as a concert, something as normal as a concert, is the gateway, I feel like it'll just softly onboard people in a way that they didn't even know was possible. Because I mean, if you look at it, like for me, I wouldn't have gotten into this if I wasn't kind of, pushed into it, so to speak. I I probably would have been too scared to jump in myself, and I think something as friendly as a concert uh will be a gateway. And it's just the start that you start with one and then you keep on going. And then imagine a world tour that you can only utilize Jason. My last tour, 2 months, I did 300,000 people.
Mm.
Right. And if I did that again, um my next tour will probably be 500,000 people because I'm always trying to
Mhm.
grow. We don't want to do the same amount again. God willing. So say my next tour, we do 300,000 people again, right? I mean, concert tickets, they're not the cheapest thing in the world, but like you have the concert ticket, you got to go and buy the drinks, got to go and buy the merch, so people know that you were there. All of those things. If I have to utilize a coin to do that, I'm gonna have to get a pretty decent amount of it. To me, that is again a really, really cool and unique way to onboard a lot of people who wouldn't otherwise have been onboarded.
Yeah, I like how you're doing like kind of like product iterations and testing out these new ideas. You actually have the probably like the market power to say like, hey, I'm not able to onboard even like a 10,000 people because they're wondering how to even get a Solana wallet. But then you can say, hey, let's just build something that's easy to onboard, and then those 10,000 people probably just use that. And then basically you've spun off another project in Solana ecosystem, right? So you have that power, you have that distribution, and that's why I say like maybe it's not obvious, but to me, it seems like you are becoming the face of Solana and potentially have a lot of leverage to move the ecosystem a bit.
Yeah, man, that's the goal for sure. I love Solana. Again, I was an investor in Solana long before I was a player of the ecosystem.
All right. So I think we're really grateful that you spent a lot of time here. I just want to give you a chance to kind of talk about anything else you want to shout out. One of them was the Telegram that we posted in the chat here. Anything else you want to chat about before we kind of end this?
No, I mean, anybody that is on right now that was a part of the getting that billboard in New York City, thank you very much. It really means a lot to me. And thank you to you guys for having me on the show. Thank you for being a part of Jason as well, man. And onwards and upwards, man. I'm really excited, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.
Jason, can you do one last favor? I run a startup called Codium. Can you do a shout out to Codium? They'll love this.
Yep. Codium.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, people? It's Jason Derulo. Sending a big shout out to Codium. Codium. I'll see you soon.
Oh man, thanks. They're gonna love that.
Oh, brother.
All right.
Appreciate it,
Steve,
Jason.
I'll pass to you. Yeah.
Yeah, Jay, thank you so much for your time. Everybody really appreciate it. That's it, Jim. Unless you have something to finish with, that's it for me.
No, I just for people to check out RocketFuelCrypto.com if you get a chance, and you can check out all the analysis and the education that's there. We think it's second to none. So if you're not familiar, we'd love for you to do that. And yeah, Jason, can't thank you enough for your time and how busy your schedule is. And I got to ask you, brother, in the background, is that a fire, by the way? Is that a real fire going?
That's a real fire on the tub, man. That was pretty cool.
That's
awesome.
pretty sweet, man. And
I've
I
never-
live in New York, man. So I'm gonna see. I got to see this billboard. I'm gonna be in the city tomorrow. So I hope to find. Do you know where it is exactly?
I don't, man. But as soon
I'm
as
gonna
I
find
get,
out. I'll look it up online. I'll figure it out.
yeah, I just got sent the photo of it, and I was just like, oh,
Cool.
and small videos of it.
Very nice. Well, we can't thank you enough, man, for taking the time out to talk about what you got going on in with the coin, and we look forward to hearing more about how you are moving ahead in the space. All right.
Yeah,
So
and
good luck
Jason,
to you.
good luck, Jason. Anytime you want to hit me up for brainstorming, let me know. Of course, you're a busy man, so don't expect to. But honestly, thank you very much for joining our program, and we hope to see success from you. We're rooting for you.
Thank you so much.